Hello everybody, welcome back for video 26 in this 30 and 30 challenge. I'm actually going to be able to pull this off, and frankly I am amazed. Thank you, Rev, for the push. And I gotta say a big shout out to Rob Z, aka Todd Rob Jeff. Well done last night. Everybody was bugging you pretty hard, and it looked like that milder one kind of hit you. So I gotta say, if I'm watching tomorrow and you don't want to go, you know, I'll probably back you in chat. I might give you a little bit of a ribbon, but I don't think we should make him eat 12 of those things, guys. I don't. But that's not really what I'm here to talk to you about today. I'm here to talk to you about tomatoes, because tomatoes. 10 seconds ago, the fish were swimming around everywhere, having a great time, eating the food. You can see it floating around the edge. As soon as I brought the camera out, they're all hiding back there. People laugh when I say my fish are camera shy, but I don't know. They just don't like it. Anywho, so I was having this conversation with someone in the comment section about, you know, starting tomatoes, getting a good start on them. A lot of people have gotten their tomatoes started with their peppers. I was going through my seeds today. I discovered I've got like 16 different variety of tomatoes here and a couple more herbs because, well, the sage did insanely well last year and we need way more of it. And what is the other one here? I think it's dill, if I recall, because I've been told they'll help with the aphids, and even if it doesn't, fresh dill sounds pretty good to me. So, 16 varieties of tomatoes. Speaking of planting things though, in the cup here I've got some leeks that are sprouting up, and looking in these little tiny solo cups, I've got something sprouting there. What's that say? The ahi. I'm just not even going to try and pronounce that right now. And there might be something sprouting up in that one there. We'll see. A couple of those cups look pretty damp, so I moved them higher up the incline. Water seems to be running to the left here. But yay, there's some sprouting going on there. But obviously I'm not going to be able to use those for my tomatoes yet, so I figured I'm just going to set up a whole ton of these little styrofoam cups, and I'll use the half bottles for humidomes like I got going on there, and we'll just see what happens. That's kind of the way gardening goes on my channel though. There's a whole lot of we'll just see what happens. Seems to be working for a few things though. So I'm encouraged. Seems like a good start. I need 2 hands to put this lid on though. So because this is so dry, I have mixed up my little sprayer with 1/3 of a bottle of hydrogen peroxide, standard size bottle, not one of the mini ones, and then I just filled the rest of it with water. I've also been using that mixture on these larger plants because it's really awkward to try and pick these up and shake them over the fish tank. Even though it's right there, it's just really awkward, so it doesn't work for me. But I have been spraying them off every once in a while with that, and I think it might be helping. It's really hard to tell because there's always aphids no matter where I look, but it does make the leaves look nice after a good spray. And yeah, as I said, I'm going to use that to pre-soak my recycled soil here in the hopes that it helps with my fight in the aphid war that way too. So yeah, nothing needs to really be on camera with that. Well, I lost a few leaves in all of that, but nowhere near as many as I have in the past. And I gotta say, the plants really do look much nicer after they've just been freshly cleaned off. There's a sage there. We're going to plant more of that today. Alright, so the first variety I've got here is some seeds I saved from some of those broad ripple yellow currant tomatoes. Not quite sure how well these are going to germinate, but I guess we'll find out in the coming weeks, eh? So, broad ripple yellow currant. Alright, well I managed to pull 4 seeds off of that. Those 2 in the middle are just bits of perlite, but alright, here's to hoping at least one of those sprouts for me. Get some fresh seeds, right? A little water to settle those in. Half a water bottle to act as a humidome. And that's about that, really. Alright. I don't know if we're going to go through all 15 of these varieties, but we'll see. Next up we've got the Manitoba. This is another one of the ones that I saved seeds for on the paper towels. Not too many of them there, but I was able to... Oh, there goes my tower. I was able to pull off 4 of them. So, the Manitoba variety. This did produce a lot of tomatoes. You know, one would think from the name of the province, it's probably right for the area, you know? So next up is the grape tomato. Again, Saved it on the paper towel. This is an interesting little tomato that Shock's found at the grocery store. It's kind of a cross between a paste and a cherry tomato. So she really enjoyed the flavor. I really enjoyed the shape. Here are the seeds. Little tiny little things. Let's hope they sprout. Next up from the home saved seeds, we've got these lemon boys. It's another one of those tomatoes I picked up last year at the Home Hardware. Did really well. Makes sense though, local varieties. Set up for the local climate and all that stuff. Well, locally available varieties. But anyway, so yeah, the lemon boy. Surprised I'm planting this many tomatoes, to be perfectly honest. Which brings us to the last of the paper towel seeds. The rest of the ones that I've got are just a bunch of store-bought varieties, so y'all will get introduced to those as the season goes along. But Benja, if you're still watching, the reason I haven't sent you any of these yet is because I have not test sprouted them. And I have meant to do it several times, I haven't. So, now we'll know if they're viable or not. And if some of these suckers sprout, then they're on their way. Alright, well, all of these styrofoam cup and plastic water bottle combinations that you see here on the main table are today's planting. 3 of them are herbs, whichever. Planted some cress, some sage, some dill. Naming that dill Bert. Some of you will understand why I think that's so funny. And yeah, that took up a lot more time and table space than I had anticipated. But you know what? It was time well spent. Time well spent. So, yeah, I'm getting really excited about this year's garden season, and it's only February, so I've got some waiting to go. I never would have guessed that I'd be planting this many varieties of tomatoes, though. To be perfectly honest with you, not that long ago, I used to be a firm, solid, long-standing member of the I Hate Tomatoes Club. But it turned out that what I really hate is all that nasty gel inside the tomato. You feed me a nice, juicy, and yet fleshy tomato, like a, yeah, well, the Sweet Juliet hybrids that came up in the Gnome Garden is a perfect example. But I love a good tomato. So now I'm searching for a flavorful tomato with lots of flesh, not too much gel, and will grow in a short season. So yeah, it's a good thing I've got all these varieties to choose from. We're going to see how they do and take it from there. There's a very good chance that most of these varieties will be determinates, which means that they're not going to clone particularly well, but I've still got seeds for a lot of these things, so I can just plant again. Not a big deal. I've got them all labeled. I can do a little research after the fact, and yeah, learn as I go. You know, that's how it grows here on the JT Bear channel. Always has been. Always will be. And at that point, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Say thank you guys for joining me for video number 26, planting some early tomato starts. And yeah, if you tune in tomorrow, don't give Todd Rob Jeff too hard of a time. Those candies look like they hit him pretty hard, and that was the mild one that he did yesterday. If you haven't watched that yet, I encourage you to check it out. RevToast TV. It's the live broadcast from yesterday. So yeah, alright, I'm going to put up some random channels and a best reviewer video and call it quits for the day. I will see everybody tomorrow, if not here, then on Rev's live thing, because, well, there's more hot chocolates to be had, isn't there? So, yeah, we'll see what comes of all that. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow.